Hello all, today I'll be showing you how to run our BOLO project. First of all, this video assumes that you have Visual Studio Code, Eclipse, and SQL Server installed already. Okay, so we'll start off in Visual Studio Code. First of all, we need to go to Terminal, open up a new terminal, and go to the directory in which you have stored the BOLO project source code. From there, type in node-v to check your node version. If you do not have node installed, type in npm install. This will install node for you on your system. Next, we want to check if you have Angular CLI installed or Angular command line interface. To do that, type in ng-v. This will check if you have Angular installed on your system. In my case, I have Angular 6 installed. If you don't have Angular installed, type in this command right here, npm install -g at angular/cli. This will install Angular onto your system. Make sure you do this in the directory in which you have your BOLO project source code. Okay, secondly, we're going to go to Eclipse. First of all, we're going to go to help, go to the Eclipse marketplace, and download Spring Boot or Spring Tools. So just search for Spring Boot or Spring, it doesn't really matter. What we want to install is this Spring Tools 3 add-on, aka Spring Tool Suite. I already have mine installed, as you can see here, but this is what you need to have installed. You need to have Spring Tools 3 add-on installed in order to run this project. Secondly, once you have this done, you need to get your SQL Server. You can go to, you can just Google SQL Server. And go to the Microsoft page and download SQL Server. Try SQL Server 2017. Get the developer version and do the basic installation. You can find tutorials of that online. Secondly, you want to get the SSMS, which is SQL Server Management Studio. This is what you need so you can have, a UI to manipulate your SQL Server. Just download whatever version they currently have and do the installation, and you should get this. And you want to go open your database, right click and create a new database and name it BOLO DB. And also in my case, I had to create a new login by the name of SA or system admin. That's what I was going for. Create a new login with SQL Server authentication. Once you have that, go back to Eclipse, open up your BOLO REST API folder from the BOLO project, and go to source main Java resources and open up application-dev.properties. From there, under spring.datasource.username, just put in the login for your database here. In my case, I made a login SA and my password was 1680. Also, you can change this create drop to create or update. Create drop does deletion of database every time you run this program. Update keeps the database and updates values in the table. Also, notice that BOLO DB here corresponds to BOLO DB here. And that should be everything that you need to run this project. So let's go ahead and run this project. So all you need to do is just open a file here, anywhere in Eclipse, run. It should bring up the console. You should see the Spring Boot running in your console right now. There we go. And you should see at the end started BOLO application in whatever time it took. So let's just clear the console and go to our database, in the database, and you should see these tables created. These tables should be empty, but in my case I added some values to do some testing. There we go. To run the front end, simply just go back to Visual Studio Code and type in ngserve. This should run the front end. What ngserve does is that it builds the Angular project for the front end. Once you get the confirmation that it's been completed and there's no errors, just simply open up your browser and type in localhost 4200. This should bring up the project. And there you go. That's how you run our project.